I was really surprised this last weekend when I went to the theater to watch Transformers 1 in a huge stadium-style theater, only to discover that I was the only one in the theater. How am I the only one in this theater? It's an entire huge theater, and I'm the only one who came to watch Transformers 1. This isn't the first time this has happened. I watch a lot of movies in the theater, and lone watching happens occasionally with small budget movies when I'll be the only one in the theater. But this was opening weekend for a new Transformers movie. I thought for sure there would be at least a few Transformers fans who would want to watch it, but I guess not. Then I went online and read about how Transformers 1 didn't even beat Beetlejuice 2 at the box office, a movie that has already been out for 2 weeks. Considering the state of the theater that I was in, that didn't surprise me. But what did surprise me was the number of positive reviews Transformers 1 received. Because in retrospect, I was thinking how my experience could be so contrary to what other reviewers were saying. But in the words of the great Roger Ebert, a critic must be honest. So today I'd like to talk about 4 tells from the trailer that were red flags for me as a Transformers fan that probably kept people away from watching this movie. Number 1, moving from live action to animated was a step backwards. There have already been 7 live action Transformers movies, and moving to an animated movie is a step back in quality. All animated Transformers media have been television shows or older movies. We have not had an animated movie since the original Transformers movie came out in 1986. Yes, I understand the box office numbers for the Transformers movies were trending downward, but to reboot as an animated movie was not something most fans were looking for. Number 2, Bumblebee is too much of a clown. There is a scene in the trailer where Bumblebee suddenly discovers that he has knife hands, and then he accidentally kills some robots. This accidental discovery of powers is an overused trope that is all too common in superhero movies that, especially at this point, is only fun for small children. The Bumblebee in Transformers 1 is different from Bumblebee in any other Transformers media in a bad way. He is loud, talkative, and unfunny. Not to disrespect Keegan-Michael Key, who did great in his role as the voice actor as Bumblebee, but this is a much different characterization from what most people accept as Bumblebee. Number 3, Optimus Prime in voice, animation, and characterization is too different from the Optimus Prime that already exists in Transformers media. Yes, I know that Transformers 1 is an origin story, but Optimus Prime is an established presence in the Transformers universe. And to reduce him to a clumsy robot who can't transform took too much away from his character. And Chris Hemsworth had impossible shoes to fill as the voice of Optimus Prime. Peter Cullen's voice is as iconic as Darth Vader's, and while Chris Hemsworth may have tried to emulate Optimus Prime later in the movie, the trailer did not show that enough, and the overall characterization was really off. Number 4, the attempt at an Optimus Prime and Megatron friendship was ridiculous. There is so much wrong with this, but let's talk about it from a storyline perspective. We already know that the rivalry exists between Optimus Prime and Megatron, and that rivalry is fierce. They hate each other down to their last spark. Optimus Prime has become an iconic symbol of dignified leadership, while Megatron is an extremely powerful villain who pursues control and power. That leaves me with 2 questions. First, what narrative value do we hope to achieve by having Optimus Prime and Megatron be friends, other than a cheap, lazy addition that the writers hope people will like? By the end of the movie, their friendship seemed unnecessary. And 2, something significant with real extreme purpose had better happen that will cause the 2 to be bitter enemies by the end of the movie. I don't know that has ever been effectively accomplished in a single movie. But, perhaps more importantly, the source of Megatron's rage didn't actually have anything to do with Optimus Prime. When Megatron was finally consumed with rage, the story quietly and quite frankly unjustifiably redirected that rage at Prime. It was certainly not earned. There you have it. Those are my 4 reasons why I felt Transformers 1 did not perform very well at the box office. If you enjoyed it or you want to watch it, don't let me distract you from that. Everyone has their own experiences at the theater. Like the video and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.